and he starts casting a nasty thing that we have to get to him before he runs out of time. So, but there will be a bunch of traps in the middle. So basically, we have to avoid the traps. Take your time. There's no like huge significant rush. If we find a situation where the way is completely blocked by traps, then someone will step in a stasis trap, which is a green circle with kind of runes in it, because that can be dispelled by a healer. Once everybody is on the next platform, that is when we interrupt the boss, because if we interrupt him while people are still on the bridge, bad things will happen to them and they will have to go to therapy.
I don't like therapy.
So he will have a different debuff, but the other tank and I will be pretty much just swapping as normal. Now, once he gets down to the part where he goes to phase 3, it's exactly the same, only there's more traps. And there's new traps, which are like little tripwires. Again, the preferred thing to do is to go through the stasis traps. If there isn't a stasis trap for us to go through, then we will do one person will do the tripwire one at a time so that they can be healed. And then once we get back, that's is when we will lust. So we lust at the beginning of phase 3, because that's the scenario where the tanks get the debuff from the boss, but it doesn't wear off. So at that point, despair, you'll go up to 5 or 6 stacks, and then I'll take it over, and then the boss should be dead before I get too many stacks. Any questions?
None.
No.
Okay. There is one last ability I want to call out. Find the name for it. Charged blasts. This is something that happens on the second platform. Caster calls upon Legion ships to track a player after 7/6 the ship fires in a line, striking all targets for 1.7 million. So if you get targeted with charged blast, go to the edge of the room so that it fires off without touching anybody else. All right. Ready to check for pull. Brutal refresh flask.
Just give me 1 sec.
Copy.
Yeah, I'm just doing something. 1 second.
Nice, checking the sugar, bro.
All right, ready. Here comes the count. Spotted 2. Okay, that was great.
That was me.
Polly pulled. I like that ad. It tells you exactly who messed up.
I've got the boss now.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Taunting.
Getting out.
4, 3, 2, 1.
5 seconds till I can taunt.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Taunting.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Taunting.
Getting out.
4,
6 seconds.
2, 1.
Taunting. Never mind. All right. Avoid. You see mines, don't step in the mines. And you see this runic circles. Those are the ones that if we have to step in, we can step in those. Let's dispel these stasis traps. Okay, next time, hold off on pulling the boss until after it gets called,
Sorry.
please.
My fault.
Those beams were a little bit close to the middle. Taking the boss. Charge mass incoming.
Taunting.
4,
Taunting.
2, 1.
Charge blast. Get them to the other side of the room, please.
Taunting.
Getting out. 7 seconds until I'm clear. Taunting.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
All right. So tripostasis trap. Dispel. Yeah, jumping over doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. Still learning.
Okay, hold. Do not touch. Do not touch. Do not touch. All right. Now, Lust.
Pot.
Avoid the swirlies. I'm taking it.
Good job, guys.
That was a nice clean kill. Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
I like your hat, Revos. Let's everybody get up to the next smoldering hole. We're not able to mount up again until we get past the exhaust.
Titan Forged tier piece or Titan Forged other legs? Titan Forged tier piece.
So this is the part where you guys learn about target priority. Green over red.
What's a skull mean?
Skull means death. Avoid it.
We're going to have little circles and big circles. So the green circles stack in. Red circles get out.
So green means go. Yellow means proceed with caution.
Go faster.
Red means go faster.
Purple over green. DOE. Stack on purple.
Yeah, we've gotten a few.
Get a little circle. Red circle's out. Back in the purple. Red the pain. Red circle's out.
Are the stacks going to be as congested in the fight?
It's a little different during the fight.
Okay, cool. Because I watched a video and I know like you're gonna do call outs on like green, purple, red. But like if there's priority, like do we go like purple before red?
Purple always goes down first, regardless of what else is up.
Okay.
And if there is no purple, then that means there's a green, and then the green goes down first. Red is always last.
Okay.
Which one you want first?
Is there going to be a fight explanation?
There is. So you notice that I put 3 flags up, right? So this is where the ads will spawn. So during phase 1, he is going to be he's going to be using that hammer. Despair and I can only take one of the forging hammers before we have to taunt off. If we take 2 forging hammers in a row, we die. He will also be using River Breeding Hammer, which is done on melee and anyone else who is nearby. We have to have melee nearby taking those River Breeding Hammers, because if there isn't a melee to take the reverb, then the tank will get it. If the tank gets a forging and a reverb in a row, they will die. He will also be casting ability that spits out balls that move in circles around the room. Let the tanks hit those. When he does a reverb, he will put a little thing on the ground around him that stays. That thing that sticks around will do a burst of AoE damage every time he does another reverb. So the longer the fight goes on, the more of those little circles we end up with all around him, and the more AoE damage is basically being done in a flash every time he smashes that hammer down. Another thing that he'll be doing during phase 1 is, if you look at his left arm, the one that is more heavily armed, that will occasionally go to turn into a nasty laser. There is a short casting time before where he is pointing it and aiming it before he actually fires it. He will go clockwise or he will go counterclockwise. Your best bet is to always get closer to him and use whatever speed item you have at your disposal so that you can get far away from the arc and continue moving in that direction. Allegedly, there's a way to tell which way he's going to go, but I've not noticed it. And don't stand near Brutal when that is happening, because almost invariably Brutal it really likes burning Brutal's ass.
Right in my face.
Well, it likes getting to your ass through your face.
Yummy.
All right, so once we get through phase 1, it switches over to phase 2. He becomes almost completely invulnerable, and we end up on normal with 2 ads spawning in one of these 3 little pods. We have north, south, and then we have east. So I will call out which one needs to die first and where everybody should go. And for 40 seconds, they're basically initializing, right? So they're powering up. So it's basically free DPS during those 40 seconds while avoiding the AoE swirls that are occasionally happening still. Hopefully, the first one is dead before that 40-second cast is done. Then the second one will come out, and hopefully we're able to burn that before the boss becomes active again. Otherwise, we pretty much just nestle the ad next to the boss and cleave the ad and the boss at the same time, while making sure that we're avoiding any kind of lasers that are occurring. When we come back to phase 1 from phase 2, we have to have melee around the boss for the same reason. Because the first thing he's going to do is do a reverb before he does a forging. And the forgings happen very, very quickly. So if there's a tank that is there that gets a reverb, so the other tank takes the forging, and then that means that the first tank, the reverb tank has to take the next forging. That reverb will not wear off by that time. And it's just basically a rinse and repeat. We are going to lust on the second phase 2, so as to get through it faster, because we'll have most of our cooldowns. When fighting the boss, if you have any kind of like trinkets or any kind of abilities, don't use your DPS boosters on the boss. All right, slow and steady on the boss is the key. You do all your burst damage on the adds, so that they complicate things less while we're on the boss. Any questions?
No.
No, not really.
Okay. And for those of you that have heard this description before, I'm sorry. I'll try to plan for like jokes to insert into the description for next time to keep it interesting. Everyone is fooded and flasked and have signaled that they are ready. We are ready for the pull.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Forging strike, you got it. I'm taunting. Reverb. I'm getting the forging strike. There it is. There's a ruiner coming in. There's the ruiner. Get away from the ruiner.
4, 3, 2, 1.
An Apocalypse Protocol. We've got a purple.
Which one you taking?
I'm taking purple. You go to the other one. DPS,
Going.
priority on purple.
Going orange.
Got good DPS. We're going to burn it before they initialize. Great. Rush to despairs. Boss is active in 3 seconds. I need DPS next to the boss. I've got a forging strike next on you.
Dawning.
We have a ruiner coming.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I've taken it. There's the ruiner. Get out of the way. Forging
Up, all the way
strike.
up.
Dawning.
Okay, we're good. Now we're back on the boss.
3, 2, 1.
I've taunted.
You up, poly up.
No, I won't wrap us up. Avoid the ruiner.
That seems wrong somehow.
Forging on
Alright.
me. Forging strike incoming.
2, 1.
I'll
And
get
it's up.
green. I'm going to green.
You're going to green. I'll get the other one. So that's a purple. Priority on purple. And lust. Purple is down. DPS switched to the other one. He's casting Ruiner. Get ready to move. I took the forging.
Sorry.
Four, three,
I've got it.
two, one.
Runners up. Going clockwise.
Oof.
Sorry.
No, I'm supposed to have it. You got hit with it twice.
Four, three,
Now I've
On
got
it.
the forging.
one.
Ruiner, get out of the way.
Four, three, two, one.
I've got it back. Apocalypse Protocol. We've got another purple up. You take the purple.
Going to purple.
I've got the red. DPS priority on purple. Below any cooldowns you have. Ads coming active.
Just about down. Down.
Boss is up.
I'll take boss.
Four, three, two, one.
Take.
I've got boss for the next forge. Ruiner, get out of the way. Zebu, run. Forging strike. I've got it.
Taunting.
Forging strike.
Four, three,
I've got it back.
one.
Let's get that ad down.
Ruiner incoming. I need more DPS in this ad, guys.
Let's get the ad down. Forget about the boss. Get the ad down. Taunting. Ad has to go down before we go back to the boss.
Four, three, two,
I've got boss. Ruiner, get out of the way.
All right, everybody on boss. What do we got? I'm
Got a
on
green and a
orange.
red.
I'm on orange.
I'm
Or
going to
red.
green. Priority on green.
Everybody on green except for me.
Artis, have you already Jesus once?
Mine's active.
Yeah, no more Jesusing.
Mine is also active.
Remember,
get
boss
somebody
is
up.
down. Boss is up. That's not good. Taunting boss.
I got a reverb.
Who you want up?
Got a lot
I need
of people
RTs up.
dead. Got a lot of people dead. Well, let's just keep going. See the rest of the fight. So this is the last pull.
Ruiner, get out.
Get that purple ad down. Everybody should be on purple.
Okay, green's down. Now we switch to red.
Everybody on red.
All of you get on red.
Forging strike on me.
four, three, two,
Flying boss.
Ruiner, get out of the way.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm down as well.
All right. Great job, everybody. We'll pick it up again on Monday and finish this out.
Absolutely. And remember, the key to this
Actually-
fight, when we come back to this on Monday, or no, Monday we're
No.
done. So
Tuesday.
So here's the question: do we restart, or are we going to hold it over?
We really do need to get through.
I think restart just to get everyone more gear.
Yeah, same. I mean, we all know the fights now at this point up to or after up to Varamethris.
And Coven. We know
Yeah,
how to do
and
it.
Coven.
One thing we don't know is Agrimar and Argus.
All right. We can restart. That's fine. You're absolutely right, because a couple of people who are under-geared.
Yeah,
So let's continue to gear them up.
yeah, because there's a couple of tier pieces that, like, I know I and probably Bull can get from first couple bosses.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a conversation with Despair folks, and we will pick. We'll make a decision